traditional institution historically has been the vehicle of development in various communities, not only in Nigeria, but also in many other nations of the world. In addressing some of the constraints facing the traditional institutions in the Yoruba region, a group of some technological minds have deemed it fit to initiate a platform tagged His Royal Majesty Heritage Forum to use the modern-day social media WhatsApp to educate, sensitize, unite traditional rulers across the region, as well as reform the traditional institution. The platform, which started on WhatsApp, where monarchs across Yoruba race began to reach each other by exchanging ideas on how to move the Yoruba tradition and culture forward, officially came into being when the dream of the co-founders was actualized on the 18th of November 2018.
The main objective is to foster unity amongst traditional rulers. And of course, you will know that somehow, sometime in the past, the North, the East, have at one time or the other spoken with, the traditional rulers. They have met at different times, spoken. But we realize in this part of the world that, without mincing words, we are the most advanced section of the country, and incidentally, our obas, our revered obas, are not too united, because history has it that they've broken our unity some years past, and we needed to start all over by bringing them together. This kind of convention that will bring all Yoruba obas together has never happened. This, I think, is the first time in many decades that this will happen. So it's a good development. Number two, the conference is very technical in nature. This is not just a jamboree of obas. This is a meeting of obas to discuss and review how have they done so far, and then to work towards ways of regaining the glory of the Yorubas.
The event is just a testimony of what technology can do. We have identified in the past that the traditional institutions have been bedeviled with a lot of challenges, one of which is unity, peace, progress, and development. And because technology is meant to be deployed to solve problems, and we have demonstrated to the whole world that actually technology, with the right mindset, with the right people, with the right commitment, with the right professionals, you can actually perform wonders with technology.
We are meeting for the first time physically. I've been doing it for the past 2-3 years on the telephone, through the social media, on WhatsApp, on Telegram. We don't know each other. We are knowing ourselves for the first time yesterday. And we've been very good friends. You can see the man that called me now. I don't know him, but he has been hearing my name, Onitetiku. That gives everybody the impression that at least without seeing ourselves, we should be able to make advantage of social media.
His Imperial Majesty Obabatunde Adeyeye Ogunwusi, Ojaja II, the Ooni of Ife, who played host to the monarchs at the Ife Grand Resort and Layo in Osun State, officially declared the convention opened for various deliberations, submission, and strategic plans that will foster unity and development to the traditional institution.
Heritage Forum wá fi lọ́lẹ̀ báyìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí àrólé Oòduà tó dé wípé mo gba ẹni gbogbo lọ́balọ́ba sọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe mímọ̀ ṣe ni gbogbo orí adé ló fi sí lẹ́nu gbogbo ẹ̀yin orí adé tó àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. Wọ́n fi HRM olùgbé wa fi lọ́lẹ̀ báyìí kí gbogbo tí a lè ṣe ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní pẹrẹu ní orúkọ gbogbo àwọn aláṣẹ kù nítorí pé òní ń wá ní agbára ọlọ́run lónìí ìpìlẹ̀ ní ń wá o. A ó fi ìkọrere lọ́lẹ̀ láti fi lọ́lẹ̀ léde ìkọrere ní máa tẹ̀lé ẹ̀yọ́ lágbára ọlọ́run.
individuals who came up with an initiative through the social media platform brought traditional rulers, mostly in the western region, together to begin a move that will allow monarchs in the region come to a round table to achieve a common front of the Yoruba traditional institution.
Àwọn bàbá wa tó ti jọba nígbà wáṣẹ wọn kàwé náà táwọn òyìnbó kan tó gba ìjọba lọ́wọ́ wọn máa ń ṣe interpretation ni.
Táwọn bàbá wa tó jẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ wọn ní idea administrative intelligence yẹn wọ́n ní native intelligence. Legally speaking, every ọba is Patu ọba is on the same level in the eye of the law. Lẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ ni ojú òfin every Patu ọba is the same. Gbogbo that is the reality. Gbogbo paramount yẹn ó wà lẹ̀ láyé àtijọ́. Gbogbo ọba nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà orí Yorùbá là they are all Patu ọbas. Patu because Patu nìyí yẹn wà nínú chieftaincy law. Òyìnbó tó kọ chieftaincy law wọ́n mọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ ní kéèsì ọba ni wọ́n gbé ọba instead of saying king's law wọ́n fi lè pè king of England kọlọ́ba àwọn yòókù chief. Ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ bí èyí so bí ọ̀rọ̀ ṣe ní lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí based on that legal paper. Every ọba kò sọ̀rọ̀ pé paramount ọ̀dọ̀ paramount àwọn tó lè claim that paramount àwọn tó ní legal paper pé àwọn ní prescribed authority.
Àti àsọyé ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí èmi kàn máa bẹ̀ àwọn bàbá wa ni wípé àwọn náà ni wọ́n ń ṣojú wa kí wọ́n máa ní ìpàdé pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n wà ní ìjọba láti lè wo ọ̀nà wo ni a ó fi gbà ṣe àjọṣepọ̀ yẹn nítorí pé kò ṣeé yà mọ́. Constitution Nàìjíríà ó ti gbé agbára fún wọn kò sí tí a lè ṣe sí mọ́ ṣùgbọ́n àjọṣepọ̀ báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tí àtúnṣe máa wà láàrin yẹn lèmi fẹ́ ní pé kí wọ́n ṣe fún wa.
The 4-day event, which is the maiden edition, began on the 18th of November 2018 with the arrival of the traditional rulers for the opening ceremony of the National Convention and launching of the HRM Heritage Forum. The conference, which continued on the second day, witnessed the presence of a large turnout of monarchs in Yorubaland, including the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of the Yoruba race, Chief Gani Adams, to deliberate and proffer solutions to burning issues affecting the traditional institution, as well as fashion a way forward toward promoting and preserving the Yoruba cultural heritage and tradition.
Tí a bá sọ̀rọ̀ unity ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, tí àwọn ọba ọba unite kò sí bí olóṣèlú ṣe lè unite o. A ti jókòó nínú oríṣiríṣi ẹgbẹ́, different organization, láti jà fún àkópọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tá a bá parí ìpàdé yẹn, tá a bá issue communique, nǹkan méjì ló máa ń divide wa. Òṣèlú á divide wa, àbí economic interest àti divide wa. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin orí adé lẹ́gbẹ́ ẹni permanent tenure. Fẹ́gbẹ́ Ọlọ́run nìkan ló lè determine tenure yín lórí ìtẹ́ bàbá yín. Ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ lè achieve unity yìí. Tẹ wá lè gbélé àwọn ọmọ yín lọ́wọ́ tó jẹ́ àwọn òṣèlú àbí ẹni sector tó bá wà.
Yorùbá lè máa sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú ohùn kan. Tí ẹ bá dàbí bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣẹlẹ̀, gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀yà yòókù nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà, wọ́n á máa kọ́ wa lẹ́yìn, wọ́n á máa yẹ wa sí. Wọ́n tó wà wá ní ṣọ̀kan. Ìbáyìí àwọn olùkọ́ á máa lò fún wa. Ìbáyìí yẹn ò sí mọ́. Bàbá àwọn olùfẹ́ kí yẹn ó ṣẹlẹ̀ náà.
Lẹ́yìn ẹ̀yin kábíyèsí, a ti tún ní ìmọ̀ fún ìmọ̀, a ti ẹ̀tí tún tẹ̀síwájú, a ti tún fi ìmọ̀ kọ̀ǹpútà lẹ̀, a ti fi ìmọ̀ ayélujára wọn, a ti fi lẹ̀, a ti mú ìdàpè ní artificial intelligence, ó ti ń wọ̀ báyìí. Artificial intelligence ó tún fún wa ní àǹfààní pé kí á kó àwọn nǹkan tí a ti kó jọ kí ẹ̀rọ kó wò ó kí ló bára mú bẹ́ẹ̀ kí la lè fi ṣe báwo la lè fi ṣe é ó sì máa jẹ́ kí ìmọ̀ kó máa gorí ìmọ̀.
lè bá wa ṣe tí àwọn agbára bí ìgbà tá à ń sọ wọ̀nyí tó bá ń lọ sí House of Rep àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké àwọn ọmọ míì mo ń sọ ní bí ní ìlú wa bàbá wọn ò kọ́ lérí wọn ò ní ran tó bá ní political power wọn á ní kó bá fòkó nìṣó torí wọ́n ti lọ kó owó wa jẹ àwa tá a jọ wọn ọba gan a lè sọ̀rọ̀ níwájú wọn mọ́ àwọn náà máa dictate fún wa nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìlú. Kí ni ẹ lè bá àwọn bàbá wa ṣe kí ni a tẹ̀ lè ṣe nípasẹ̀ irú conference báyìí tí agbára fi lè padà sọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọba.
Presenting the keynote address titled Regaining the Lost Glory of Yoruba Traditional Rulers, the keynote speaker, Professor Akinola Ibidapo of Faculty of Law in the University of Lagos, emphasized the need for regaining cultural values of the Yoruba race.
Internal colonialism wọn ní kó Yorùbá lábẹ́ ilé ìdálọ́ ní ọ́ èyí lọ́balọ́ba apá kìíní ọ̀rọ̀ mi nìyẹn apá kejì orísun Oòduà kò láti wá kò ti sọ díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ orísun Oòduà tẹ́bágbòwe Yorùbá wọ́n ní Ifẹ̀ mẹ́fà ìlú méje Ifẹ̀ mẹ́fà ìlú méje kí ẹni pé Ifẹ̀ mẹ́fà láti ní kátó tẹ̀lé Ifẹ̀ ló.
The three of the event featured presentations and discussion sessions from various groups formed at the convention.
Gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní ọ̀nà àwọn àwà ní láàárọ̀ ti ìjà tó wà láàárín Aláàfin bàbá Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ àti Ọọ̀ni ìlànà pàápàá jùlọ nígbà ọdún àwọn ológun. Púpọ̀ ló wá lọ pé Yorùbá ló wà àìjẹ́ra wá sí wọ́n sí ìkọ̀kọ̀ ìgbà yẹn lọ. A lè tún wò pé òwe lè kọ́ ó máa jẹ́ kí ilé ẹ̀fẹ̀ sí làwọn nígbà bẹ̀rẹ̀ heritage program tó wá bí Royal Majesty ARM Heritage Forum.
Ìgbẹ́ gbogbo lágbàdé pé ìjọ ẹgbẹ́ lọ́balọ́ba la pé nígbà tó bá máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ kàwé yìí ẹjọ́ olùkàlùkù ní ráì láti sọ ìgbọ̀ngbọ̀n ẹ̀ nínú ìwà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fọ́ra wa nínú ìwé ìgbà wa. Ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ má jẹ́ kí àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ìgbìmọ̀ wà láàrin wa. But one thing is very clear. As a royal father, as a forum tó belong to the royal father, òtítọ́ àti òdodo gbọ́dọ̀ jọba ní ọkọ̀ wa. Ẹni tí tàbá fẹ́ sọ ká fi òdodo sílẹ̀.
Nínú àbáfẹ́ fún ẹ̀rẹ́ pọ̀ sí, afẹ́ nínú sẹ́tẹ̀ fẹ́ sí, afẹ́ nílé ìjẹ́bùkú, pàápàá ẹlẹ́rìí wọ̀. Onítàdúkù, ọlọ́kùn, ẹgbẹ́ta ẹ̀, àfàṣẹ ìlọ, ẹ̀bá wálẹ̀ lọ́nà nìyí, káàbẹ̀ ní tó sí èkó. 500 acres. Ìbálòpọ̀ wa, ìdílágbára wọ́pọ̀, ìdágbára túbọ̀, láti kọ́ bí tìrì sí ìbẹ̀rù pa, àwọn agbáyọ̀, lóṣù mẹ́ta, lóṣù mẹ́fà. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ lábá lọ́rẹ̀ nígbà wo. Ìbá ṣe rí lọ́wọ́ àìlọ́, ẹni bí wá ṣe rí láti jẹta.
The best way to approach this matter, it is a collective way of all the others gbogbo wa pátá. Ìjọba gbọ́dọ̀ wà collectively before. So, ṣé kábàdà ti jẹ́ kí bàbá mọ̀? Whatever, we need to assign some people.
With this convention by the HRM Heritage Forum, I think it is the best thing that has ever happened to the nation of Obaship in the Yoruba land.
One of the problems that bedeviled the ideal of Yoruba Obas coming together in the past was either arrogance or fight for dominion. Or domination, if you want. You know, in those days, the Yoruba Obas are seen to be people who don't go out. They prefer to stay indoor and send emissary out. And in the colonial eras, it is those people that the white men see and relate with that they recognize. You get to some towns and cities where the original Obas, for instance, is even a grade D Oba now. And the person they were sending out who has been recognized is a grade A. And so there is conflict. So that has prevented the coming together of Obas in Yorubaland in the past. So for somebody, specifically the founder, the admin team, to conjecture the idea that it is possible, it is very laudable.
The forum has come to stay, and I think that is a way to unite all of us, all the Obas, all sons and daughters of Yorubas. We should come together and fight a common cause.
Through restructuring and devolution of power. So if government can, the Nigerian government can give role in the constitutional amendment to the kings by devoluting power and making the kings part of leadership, the mainstream leadership, then most problems in Nigeria will be averted.
Down, up, down, up, down. 2, let's go. 1, 2, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Easy. Walk. Let's go. Relax your body. Relax your body. Walk gently. Let's go. Let's move it. Let's move it. Let's move it. Easy.
The program is a very good one because it makes us to know ourselves, then to discuss about the unity of the Yoruba race so that we don't want any segregation among us. So that's why Oni said he don't want any ranking or whatever you want to say position. He wants all of us to see ourselves as one.
You know, it gives you an ample opportunity to know who and from where. And it is indeed, in fact, what happened yesterday was a red letter there, I must say, because it was beautiful. It's an historical event, and I hope it should continue.
Keep encouraging some of us. It's a point of contact for so many of us. We have, because we meet each other, we interact with each other, and you know me, I know you. To me, I believe it's a welcome program.
A gala night session with His Royal Majesty Adeyeye Ogunwusi Enitan, Ojaja II, the Ooni of Ife, also formed activities of the third day.
Ilẹ̀ tó ń fẹ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé òun nìkan ní ilẹ̀ tí Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè dá o, gbogbo ilẹ̀ tó kù bíbò ni o, èyí tó bulẹ̀ fẹ̀kù rèé, òun ni ó wà láàrin gbùngbùn fún gbogbo wa la ní ìgbà tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yìí mo sọ wípé kò sẹ́ni tó ń jà wá dé, gbogbo wa ló ń jẹ́ àwádé o. Ó dijọ́ tí àwa ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire, ó dijọ́ tí a bá mọ̀ pé ẹ̀tọ́ wa, èmi tí mo wà ń bẹ̀ yìí afúniṣọ́ ni mo jẹ́, mi ò ní yé sọ wípé ẹ̀tọ́ gbogbo wa ní Ifẹ̀ o, tí gbogbo wa ká gbárùkù tí ohun tó jẹ́ orírun wa.
Dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí heritage tó wá pé president kan mú àwọ́dì kan. Wọ́n tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Àwọ́dì náà rẹ o. Àwọ́dì náà rẹ o, ta fẹ́ fún bàbá wa o. Ẹ má yà wọ́n báyìí, àwọn kan ló là wọ́ọ̀dì. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ríran. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Àbí ẹ̀yin lẹ́ni ká fún wọn o. Ẹ̀yin lẹ́ni ká fún wọn o. Olórí gbogbo àwọn ọba nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Lórúkọ ẹgbẹ́ HRM Heritage Forum. Owó a ò ní láti fún yín. Kò sí kan gold a ò ní, silver a ò ní. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan kékeré ta níyì, a fẹ́ kẹ́ bá gbà tìfẹ́tìfẹ́. Tọkàntọkàn ẹ ṣé gan ada fún yín bàbá.
Olórí aládé ọba ìmọ́tò yẹn tó tó ọba ẹ̀ẹ́kọ̀.
Bàbá wa Ojaja II Ọ̀rúnrìṣà kábíyèsí ọba Enitan Adeyeye náà gbèrò ilé kalẹ̀ láti fi jẹ́ kí ìrẹ́pọ̀ kó wà láàrin gbogbo àwọn ọba aládé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, láti fi jẹ́ kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó tòrò kó ní adùn, láti fi jẹ́ pé kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn kán lè mọ iyì ọba láàrin.
Believed in. It has been a much cherished privilege to have been the only one to be invited outside of the Yorubas within the geographical location of Nigeria. I've learned a lot. The first thing is the leadership style of His Imperial Majesty, the Arole Oodua Ogunwusi Ojaja Ikeji. I was almost moved to tears, and to see the quality of followership, because when you have a good leader, it will rub on the followership. I have been highly impressed by the set of young monarchs, promising monarchs.
The 4-day event, which is described as a memorable one, also gave opportunity to the wives of the monarchs to go on excursion tour to some historical places in Ife town.
Adeyeye ló fi gbogbo ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lọ. Adébẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wa ní ọdún máa ń yàgbé ní ọdún àbámẹ́sẹ̀ ní ọdún ọlọ́jọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n ipò Adéṣẹ́wò lórí wọn yẹn ní wéètì ẹ̀ àkóṣìlẹ́sì méjì ni. Láti kú ọjọ́ bíi márùn-ún káfẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ ọlọ́jọ́ á láti wá adìyẹ ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ márùn-ún.
wọn lọ́wọ́ àwọn kábíyèsí wa torí pé mo ti wá ilé Ifẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ilé Mọ́remí yìí mi ìdébí rí, ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí tún máa jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ olórí tún ní ìtẹ̀síwájú sí i torí pé ìfẹ́ in-fact inú mi dùn gan torí pé àìmọye olórí tí mi ti ẹ̀ rírí a kàn ń gbọ́ra wa lórí Heritage Forum ni, ṣùgbọ́n lè ní láti wákàtí ìgbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti 3 days ago àti wá mọ́ra wa ẹbínú gbogbo agán dùn ayọ̀ wa kún nígbà nítorí ẹ̀gan àwọn àjọṣepọ̀ àwọn ọba àti àwọn èèyàn á dùn dáadáa á dẹ̀ ní tẹ̀síwájú.
Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó kà mí yẹ láàrin àwọn olórí ọba ní ìlú Ilé Ifẹ̀ lónìí. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún iṣẹ́ tí Ọlọ́run gbé lé bàbá wa Adeyeye Ooni of Ife. A gbàdúrà pé iṣẹ́ náà túbọ̀ máa lágbára sí i.
Wọ́n máa rí àmì lára àmì yẹn ẹ̀fí oṣù wọ́n máa ṣe tó tò sí lára. Àwọn tó bá wá sí nígbà tó bá ń fi ọlọ́jọ́ ń lè fẹ̀ sí àwọn ẹni ṣe wọ́n máa rí àmì yẹn lára wọn wọ́n máa ṣe ìní sára. Ṣé ìtàn bá ti rí ló lè wá ń bí àwa lọ sáàfin àlọ́sọ̀ kábíyèsí.
The 4 of the event, which is the last day, witnessed presentation and reading of the communique reached at the convention, after which departure was observed.
Heritage Forum to come up with a wonderful idea, which, with all the other things underneath it, I have planned to promote and regain the lost glory of traditional rulers. Yes. That should be standard. The forum here is for traditional rulers. Yeah. Every other thing that comes are extra things.
If we first suggest, general election, àwọn tó ṣe wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká sustain wọn títí di coming up convention.
Àwọn diaspora ọba sí ẹ yesterday we are going to implement it by now, but it's not implemented yet, so we need to do that before people go on to my jáde. So
next year convention
ó máa kó pass everybody every Yorùbá ló máa jù báyìí lọ torí àwọn kan tán ti rò pé kó ẹjẹ kan ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lọ ṣe kárí lọ wọ́n dẹ̀ ti di bó ti ṣe ṣe a máa jù báyìí lọ lórí fọ́rọ̀mù next year convention ó dẹ̀ máa jù báyìí lọ.
torí ìdí eléyìí
kọ́kọ́rọ́ mọ́tò
èmi náà support mi pé kí àwọn ọba kí wọ́n ṣe registration HRM yẹn ó dáa díẹ̀ ni wípé a ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí alága ti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé a fẹ́ pásítà pẹ̀lú ara wa ni tí ò bá sí orúkọ pẹ̀lú orúkọ kò sí kankan tá a fẹ́ pásítà tó torí ìdí eléyìí èmi náà wà ní support wípé kí a register bí a ti sọ yẹn jẹ́ ẹ̀kejì ni wípé registration tá a tẹnu wọ́n yìí kò ní sọwọ́ fún la máa ṣe o.
Ìbálòpọ̀ mi kan wà tí ò yẹ káwọn àdílé wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ń torí pé a gbé ẹgbẹ́ yìí kalẹ̀ fún ètò àṣà àti ìṣe ìbílẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lè ṣe sọ pé àwa náà àṣà ibìkan náà ní nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kí adílé wà lórí ìtẹ́ lè ṣe kàwá yẹ. Lákòókò on behalf of all the regents a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn admin náà a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀nà ìfúnmi ìwá fún ara wọn pẹ́ fún wa ẹ̀yin náà jèrè àwọn ọmọ tìyín lágbára náà lójú yín àwọn ọmọ yẹn wá máa ṣe nǹkan tó dára ìṣèlú dúpẹ́. Ẹni ọ̀rọ̀ tí à ń sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀